Whilst the wind whistles through Liverpool, I'm up here making a strawberry daiquiri. So earlier in the week, I showcased 3 really fun classic daiquiris that anyone can make. I love a classic daiquiri, I love the Hemingway daiquiri, and the pineapple dac with the spray of absinthe was just delicious. This is a bit different. So as you may see, I've got quite a lot of stuff in front of me, one of which is a blender. I said quite strongly on Monday that a daiquiri shouldn't be made in a blender, or at least I hope that made the edit. This does use a blender, but not in the way you might be thinking. I'm attempting to make a strawberry daiquiri without any lime juice. Will it work? We'll see. So the strawberry daiquiri, especially in the UK, is one of the most popular cocktails. That is quite a conundrum for some bars though, especially those higher end ones that don't want to serve a strawberry dac on the menu. They especially don't want to serve a blended strawberry dac. So, is there a way to make the strawberry daiquiri a bit biffy, a bit fancy? I think so. And in theory, this should work. The plan for today is to make a 2-ingredient cocktail. One is obviously going to be a rum, because a daiquiri without rum isn't a daiquiri. The other element is going to take a little bit more prep. I'm hoping to get the sugar, citrus and strawberry element teamed together into one ingredient. The thinking is, if I want this to be the correct volume for the cocktail, I'm going to need roughly 60 ml or 2 ounces of a white rum, and on top of that, maybe 45 ml of other, which normally encompasses the citrus element, the sweet element, and some sort of fruit. How can I combine them without using any lime? The trick is going to be a combination of malic acid and citric acid, which I've measured out in advance, along with some lime peel, just to get those lime oils into the drink, sugar and strawberries. I'm going to blend these together to create this strawberry lime cordial, which I think will be perfect to use in a more fancy daiquiri. The reason for omitting the lime completely is just because I can. To be honest, it might not work. I'll pop the full ingredients for this in the description below, but just before I get to make it, I want to try and explain the thought process. I've got 200 grams of strawberries, which should give me quite a decent amount of this to have a play around with. I then had to realise that this entire cordial needs to be citrus enough to keep the drink balanced and also sweet enough to keep the drink balanced. Because of that, I can't really make it the way I'd normally make a syrup. 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 sugar to whatever you're making the syrup out of is normally a great starting place. You can make a normal simple syrup that way, or even a rich simple syrup. The thing is, if I'm planning on using 45 to 50 ml of this in the drink, that'll be far too sweet. On the same page with the citrus element, I don't want to go too citrusy. I don't want to pH adjust this to the same as lime juice, for example, because then 45 to 50 ml of really tart mixture and cordial will just throw the balance off the drink. So the plan is to reduce the normal sugar content by 50%, as well as the acid content by half as well. In theory, I think this cordial will therefore be tart enough and sweet enough on its own to just add straight to the rum, give it a shake and serve. We'll see. Without further ado, let's make a strawberry lime cordial. To start, I'm adding 200 grams of fresh strawberries into the blender. To this, I'm going to add 100 grams of sugar. Next, we've got a combination of acids, citric acid and malic acid. I'm going to be adding 4 grams of citric acid and 2 grams of malic acid. If you want to get your hands on these acids, head over to the link in the bio. I'll pop it on the UK and US Amazon store for you to pick up. I've got the peels of 2 limes here, those limes, and I'm going to add this into the blender too. And now it's time to blend. I've tidied a few things away and I'm just finishing the strain on this. It's definitely quite sweet and tart in its current state, but with 60 ml of rum added to it, this is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to give it a go. So now the strawberry and lime cordial is made, we can get into making the fancy strawberry daiquiri. I'm going to add 50ml of the Strawberry Lime Cordial. I'm going to do 60ml of Havana Club 3. Strain this into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. I'm going to garnish this with a little strawberry. And there you have it, the fancy strawberry daiquiri. You haven't used too much sugar, it's not overly tart. You can taste the rum really clearly. There's a freshness and brightness from the Havana Club. Honestly, the fresh strawberries are coming through so much. And normally in a strawberry daiquiri, it'll be artificial strawberry syrup, and it can be quite syrupy and quite just weak and artificial. It tastes really manufactured, it's just not, it doesn't hit it. That has got such a strong, fresh strawberry taste. Maybe I'd go an extra gram on both Citric and Malic, just to really push the tartness on this. I said the Friday slots will be there for a bit of technique, and hopefully by learning the pH adjustment and making a cordial with strawberries, it opens the door to some other fruits. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you liked it, feel free to drop a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this in the future. If you'd like to see more of me on the daily, you can always head over to Speakeasy UK on Instagram, where I'll be posting content similar to this and not so similar to this. But yeah, it's been a pleasure making a biffy strawberry daiquiri. Is it one that you're going to see in the bars around town? Yeah, probably not, but it's fun to make. And if you've got the acids and you fancy giving it a go, knock yourself out. Only figuratively, they will absolutely floor you, those acids. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you all on the next episode. Cheers!